Hello everybody and welcome back to the Kingdom Hearts 3 playthrough. We have made it all the way back up the North Mountain to the mountain ridge and the Ice Palace, and can I just say this place looks absolutely gorgeous, which is entirely why I am taking a selfie with it. I mean, a bit of a terrible selfie considering, you know, didn't really properly get Anna and Elsa in there. That one wasn't the best photo either because I think I got a bit of Marshmallow's head. Also, of course, we came to visit. What did you take us for?
Here, I'll show you the way.
But yes, if you speak to Elsa, you can begin the Frozen Slider minigame.
It was Elsa's second work of art. I came first.
Yes, yes, you did, Olaf.
Hey, you're back.
I mean, you guys did just see us down the mountain, so it's not been that long, guys, but hey. And that basically sorts out pretty much all of the missions that we can do here in terms of photos, so that's fine by me. There is one that I really should do, which is to take a picture of Marshmallow doing his pose, but it's alright. Also, yeah, let's give Donald and Goofy slightly better weapons, eh? I feel like they deserve it. We've been getting all of the equipment, and they've hardly had... Well, I mean, they've had a bit, at least. But, hey, why not? And I have to say that these weapons do look pretty cool. So, it's all fine by me.
Next time we're in Twilight Town.
And it's going to be a bit of a while before we go back to Twilight Town, Ducks. We are probably going to pop into the bistro, but we're not going to go via Twilight Town. Now, something that is probably worth pointing out, since, you know, we're up here at the top of the North Mountain, is that if you run across the stairs, you can sort of see that there is a bit of a map here which suggests that at some point you were able to go inside the palace, which is, I think, partially where that whole theory about the ice labyrinth being the whole going through the palace thing. But hey, these things happen. In the meantime, we get to replay that wonderful sliding minigame, but without the annoying bit with the frost serpents, because those were annoying. So the way that you play Frozen Slider is that you try and get the highest score possible. I believe that ultimately, if you want everything you want to go over, I think it's 600,000 points is sort of the high score that you want to hit for the trophy.
Here we go. And we're off.
There are also 10 treasures hidden throughout the Frozen Slider minigame, which you will need to pick up if you want to get the Orichalcum Plus that it holds, which you will need to do if you want to get the Ultima weapon. And that was one of the treasures that we just picked up there. It's the thing that said 1 on it. They are very well hidden throughout this. I think because also you move very quickly through the whole minigame, it can be a challenge to locate them all without a guide. So I would definitely recommend using a guide to try and find them all, because otherwise it is very difficult. If you want to make sure that you get a high score on this, you want to try and stay as close to the ground as possible, not hit anything on your way down, because you want to have that 8 times multiplier all the way down. And obviously you want to hit as many of these things as possible. There's a certain route that you can take which will sort of give you the optimum chance of getting that wonderful 600,000 score. But I have to say, for a first attempt, 1 treasure and I was 2,000 short. Oh, that cuts. That cuts deep. Oh, God. Now, if you take that, then I do believe that it does drop you down. Oh no, it does pop you back up here. So that is good, because obviously they could have dropped you down and you would have had to sort of leap up all the way again. I am missing out on one of the fantastic flans, because he's found by leaping off where the Ice Palace is onto this sort of massive plateau. But don't worry, we will go back to him later. To do well at him, you just need slightly better magic than what I have available right now. But we are very, very quickly coming towards the end of our time in Arendelle here. I mean, it felt like only yesterday when, like, for the first time in forever, I'm getting what I'm dreaming of. I know it sounds totally crazy to dream I'd find romance, but for the first time in forever, at least I've got a chance. I'm sorry, like, literally, I sing a lot. You've probably noticed it by this point. It's probably happened more in this playthrough than any other. I think because there is much more attention spent in the game itself to the songs, that my brain's just gone, you know what, I'm just going to have an absolute major sing-song as I go through this, because it just feels right. And also because, as you know, I do really, really love all the songs of Disney. So any chance I get to have a bit of a sing-song with them, I will take. Because I don't... Well, certainly in terms of commentary, I do not get the chance that often for things to line up quite as well as they do with this particular game. Because obviously in all the other previous Kingdom Hearts games, it's not necessarily felt right to have that sing-song outside of, I suppose, Atlantica and Have a Bloody Fun and all that jazz. So I'm just taking it, and also, you know, the whole thing of this being my final solo playthrough on YouTube. Like, just all the cards are off the table. Not really paying that much attention to the rules and regulations, shall we say, of video game playthroughs, because honestly, what does it matter at this point? And maybe that's being a bit lazy, I don't know. That's up to you to decide, really. But it means I'm having fun, and hopefully if I'm having fun, you're having fun, and it is all good and delightful. Now, I will say that there is, I believe, one area further up the mountain that I have definitely missed a treasure chest on. I will have to sort of skip up the mountain again in order to find it, but it'll be okay. Because, well, we're gonna sit through it anyway. Now, if you recall when I was speaking about Glide, I believe that specifically the one that introduces the Super Glide elements is anything that is green. So that's why sort of the Blizzard Claws, Blizzard Blades, the Nano Arms as well. Anything that turns Sora green introduces the Super Glide ability. Obviously, different form changes introduce different abilities. So obviously, you've got green transitions, yellow transitions, blue transitions, red transitions, and I mean you've got rage form, it's rage form, and then there is a white transition, but that is only, I believe, found with Ultima Weapon. Which sort of feels right, because ultimately the changes to, like the Keyblade forms, replace the dry forms, so the way in which they change Sora's look work in the same way, is that some are more Valor, some are more Wisdom, some are more Master Form, some are more Final Form. And obviously the Final Form one is the Ultima Weapon form. It just makes sense, obviously. Also, where is this path leading me? I feel like that's sending me the wrong way, so I'm going to...
Well, I'm starting to get hungry.
Maybe run back. No, yes, no, I honestly don't know. I think what was happening right here is that I was meant to be looking for a crate that I was meant to smash or something, and then got very, very lost. I suppose this is the curse of being up on a mountain and it being just like the guide saying, it's behind a rock. And then you're just like, yes, that is incredibly helpful of you. Which rock? Because there are many. And so, yeah, this basically just led me to go, right, well, I will go through this methodically. I will skirt the edge of the map, and then I will then explore the innards and sort of circle outside in. I think that was at least part of the idea, but if I recall correctly, it's actually, I think the location that I'm looking for is in sight. So it's not going to be too horrendous to find in the end. I suppose one of the things that I perhaps would have liked to see in terms of the Keyblade form changes is maybe a little bit more variety in terms of what the forms end up doing. There are certain ones that are wonderfully different. So the Blizzard Blades are obviously very different to the Twin Yo-Yos, which are obviously very different to the Drill Claws, which are obviously very different to sort of the sticking with your Keyblade type shtick, which are very different to the Magic Launchers. But I think I would have perhaps preferred it if there weren't two dual guns, two magic launchery type things, if there weren't multiple claw attacks, because obviously you've got the Blizzard Claws, you've got the Happy Gear Claws, you've also got the Drill Claws. Can't remember if there are any other claw form changes or not. But it certainly blooming feels like there probably would be. Also, I will find this mysterious thing that is eluding me right now. Nothing will stop me. I might end up looking like an idiot running around trying to find these things. But then I suppose it does mean that I get to see Marshmallow jump, which isn't a bit of a rarity. And oh, these final two chests. Yeah, two chests. That's all we're looking for. That's all we've really been looking for the past age. And we've got two lucky emblems to get as well. I know that one of those lucky emblems is located in the Blizzard section, so that's okay. And yeah, I think it was at this point I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to ignore you guys as the enemies because really I don't care that much. But yes, let's go to the bit that should definitely be easy to find things, because basically I do believe that the blizzard has stopped.
Think the snow's deep enough?
Yeah, so
I think it's kind of fun.
why are you running back past me? Did you realise that where the thing was that you missed, or what? But yeah, because the blizzard stopped, you can explore that area a little bit more. Basically, you want to sort of go past the foothill and then sort of work your way up to the top of the little foothill, and it's in the middle of that area. That's where there's definitely a lucky emblem there. And yes, so clearly I definitely realised that no, I definitely did miss something in the snowfield. Definitely need to make sure I pick that up, because otherwise it will be a disaster. See, this is the OCD of trying to complete a game. And with that said, I am actually quite proud to be able to say that I have actually 100%ed Kingdom Hearts 3. I wear that as a badge of honour. My trophy count is 100%. I've done basically everything that the game has to offer. I suppose the only thing that I haven't 100%ed, so to speak, would be getting all of the Keyblades up to their max level. I suppose that is sort of the one thing that I have not done in it. But that said, there is absolutely nothing in the game that requires you to do that. There's not a trophy. There is not a prize. And oh, come on, don't be that dense. It was literally there. Look! Lucky emblem! In the logs!
Let's see.
Oh, God, I'm blind sometimes. Like, I really am, it's ridiculous. And that's just completely thrown me off whatever the hell subject I was on previously. See, this is what 10 years of commentary will do to you. It just sort of makes you lose your mind and just go, hey! I don't care that I've lost my mind. I'll just sort of ramble and talk. I mean, to be fair, all the way back when I first started doing commentary, I did really struggle to figure out how to go about all of that. Looky there's a treasure chest and there's a lucky emblem, so let's make sure we get them. But yeah, it's one of those things where I never felt really all that amazingly comfortable with talking. Like, I didn't really, unless it was people I knew, it's not something that I did at all, because really, well, I don't know if it's quite the case now, but I've always been quite a shy person around people that I do not know. And so I tend to sort of, and particularly in large groups, I tend to be a lot quieter than if I'm one-to-one with someone. But doing sort of commentary and stuff, it just sort of made me, by making me talk more because I have to, because this is sort of what I'm doing, it's meant that in real life I'm much more comfortable just sort of blathering on. Like, it really helps with small talk and all that jazz. I mean, I will say that my job at the theatre definitely helped more with that than anything else, purely because sort of when you're dealing with actually talking to people, you do kind of have to sort of pick up what you're supposed to be doing a lot more effectively than if, you know, you're just talking to a screen about nothing in particular. When you're talking to other people about nothing in particular, you know, you actually have to put a bit of effort into it, and you get better at it as you go. Also, I was about to say, do not tell me that that was the treasure chest that I missed. It was not, thank God. But I do believe that we did miss a pretty, yeah. It's a pretty fun little treasure chest to get to, and what you just need to avoid is doing that. Basically, you can just air step to it, and if you... thank you, Marshmallow, for throwing me off that. I think all you really need to do is just sort of fly motion your way over. But yes, that right there is the final treasure chest of Arendelle. Which means that we are done and dusted here, as for the time being anyway, as far as I can tell. And the only thing that really we have left to do here is the Frozen Slider minigame and picking up sort of, you know, whatever stuff needs picking up later on down the line. Like, I know I had to spend a lot of time here picking up frost gems and all that jazz from the blooming frost ice serpent doodahs. But hey, it is alright. So, before we really go any further, let's pop to the bistro, because, you know, we've picked up some ingredients. We can hopefully make something brand new and refreshing. And it will be absolutely delightful. And, okay, so there is an egg that I clearly did not spot, and then we're gonna try the salt and pepper. And, well, that was a thing. Next time we're gonna head off to the Caribbean. Let's just run right now.